Think about what kind of kid you want to be. Hi, guests. This is Riley,
And Bryson.
back with another episode of Goats in the Making, where we talk about game-changing stories of life, sports, and faith.
On today's episode, we're excited to introduce you to outfielder for the Party Animals, Noah Fisher.
Noah is a second-year player for the Savannah Party Animals, a team that brings the biggest party to sports. Noah is not only a star on the field hitting bombs and making plays, but off the field, Noah is an MBA graduate from Northern Kentucky University with an expertise in marketing and finance, proving he's also super smart. During his time as a Division I NCAA athlete, Noah had not only an incredible playing career, but also gave back to the community by volunteering at events like the Cincinnati Children's Hospital and the Flying Pig Marathon.
Noah's journey has taken him through teams like the Staten Island Fairy Hawks and the Gateway Grizzlies before landing with the Party Animals, where his talent and energy are a perfect match. Whether he's smashing home runs, racking up RBIs, or creating content for social media, Noah brings his A game to everything he does, with jaw-dropping stats like 8 home runs and 32 RBIs in a single college season. Noah Fisher is a player to watch, both on and off the field. Are there any other things our guests should know about you?
Oh, I like to cook. I love a good home night, good home cooked meal. The boys love movie nights. I'll say that's a little insight. Some people might guess that by the videos that we all post together, but we do love some movie nights, YouTube nights, just hanging out. We're all kind of homebodies. So I'd say that's a little behind the scenes fact if people want to know about how crazy our lives are outside of the games. Just a lot of chill dudes.
We like to start off by getting to know our guests with a few this or that and rapid fire questions. We have some extra special ones for you. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What's the craziest thing you've ever been signed or been gifted by a fan?
I signed a hot dog in Durham last year. That was the craziest one. No, not the wrapper, the actual hot dog. That was a new one for me, for sure.
Would you rather not change your socks for a year or have to change your socks every 10 minutes?
Change my socks every 10 minutes, for sure. Dude, on a game day, I probably go through 3 pairs of socks with pre-work, VIB, and then game time. So, oh, that'd be so gross. Yeah.
What's the best cake flavor?
Ooh, confetti. As I've grown older, chocolate cake has grown on me a lot. So that would probably be a close second or a tie. But I don't know what it is about. I don't really eat that much cake anymore, but something about confetti cake is just nostalgic.
Mm-hmm. Playing at Grayson or away stadiums?
It's tough. There's pros and cons to each one. I'd say home probably. I feel like we do well on the road with just fan bases, depending on where we're at too. And obviously the home crowd loves the bananas. They love our brand too, but it's just something about being at home. It's more of an intimate vibe with just 6,000 so people. So I'd probably say if I had to lean a certain way, it'd be home, but they're very close. There's pros and cons to each one.
Mm-hmm.
I like home games more because
Yeah.
they're less packed, and not that I don't like away games, but away games usually have lots of people.
It's tougher, I feel like, to make as many, like, we're making more connections, but I feel like at home there's more of those one-on-one moments that we get a little bit more of. You can do those on the road, but I feel like we get a better chance at home to make those.
What's your favorite Bible verse or motto?
Oh, I think so. I have Joshua 1:9 on my chest. It's just one that reminded me of my grandma from back in high school. But as I've grown older, John 13:7, which essentially is what I'm doing right now, you won't understand, but later you will. Very paraphrased, obviously. But I think that's more so become a metaphor for how I live in my life because I'm just trusting everything that's happening in the moment. And even though in some moments you may question what's going on and why things are happening to you, but really they're happening for you in the future and you just don't realize it yet.
My favorite's Joshua 1:9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really good. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged.
For the Lord,
The Lord will with you wherever you go. Love it.
Yeah, like Philippians 4:13, one of my favorites.
When you have that faith, you know that whatever challenge you take on, you know that he's with you. So you have that confidence in you, even if you don't feel as prepared or whatever the doubt may be in your mind. You've got him there.
What is the best walk up other than yours?
I think it's got to be Hamps. I love A cuffs. I love A cuffs, but especially now that I'm hitting the 2 hole, I know when I hear Reese's walk up that we're about to get rolling. Clock's about to start. I know the moment that Intoxicated comes on, it's game time. So I'd probably say Hamps.
what's your favorite Dalton Martin song?
I feel like it's cliche. I've listened to a decent amount of his stuff, but Cherry Lime is probably mine. I've actually listened to that, like driving to the beach or windows down. I think it's just a good vibe, just pretty chill, good, upbeat, positive vibes. So probably Cherry Lime.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
That's yours too?
It just feels good. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can't describe it. It's just like it's a good mood song. Good
yeah.
mood song.
Yeah, basically all our guests either say cherry lime or sweet like honey.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one too. But yeah, Cherry Lime's up there. He actually just did, it was perfect because we did a body armor. He did a body armor little video for them for their cherry lime flavor using his song.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it's one of my favorites, probably.
I, I like cherry lime body armor. I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Yeah, cherry lime's a good flavor combo for I think anything. Like there's like popsicles, other stuff. I think it's a good mixture of flavors.
Yeah.
Mustard flavored ice cream or tuna fish milkshake?
See, mustard has grown on me too over the past couple of years. It's one of those things I hated, like when I was your age. I hated it. But and I like tuna, but just not milkshakes. I'm probably gonna have to go mustard flavored ice cream. That's tough. Ugh.
Yeah, a tuna fish milkshake just does not sound good.
I don't see any way, shape, or form that can be good, no matter what you put in that. Tuna in general, not in milkshake form, is already kind of a tough one.
We're gonna move on and ask some questions about your baseball journey.
Let's do it.
You had a great college and post-college career. You said that you felt like you played the best you ever had and had a strong mental game, but did not hear from the MLB. From there, you joined the Savannah Bananas organization. Was it hard going from trying to play perfectly to get signed to the MLB to switching to playing banana ball, where the focus is very different?
First off, great question. I don't think that it was tough for me because I came to the realization that I was playing the game and continuing to play the game for the wrong reasons. So, towards the end of my year in indie ball, I started to realize after the draft and free agency didn't pan out how I wanted it to, I was realizing that I was playing and trying to play perfect and perform solely to gain that accolade of Noah Fisher has been signed by X organization. And it was probably within, I would say, a couple of weeks of my season ending. So we ended, I think it was September 19th or 20th in Staten Island. It was probably a couple of weeks before that, right at the beginning of September, that I started to come to that realization. I was away from family, loved ones, friends, that I just wasn't in it for the right things. And I wasn't playing to really have fun anymore. I was playing to just get to this next step and then the next step and the next step. And that was right after Barry with the Bananas and another guy DM'd me after we'd played them. I think it was August 1st, August 2nd, maybe. And they reached out to me. And I realized that what they were striving towards with the organization, with the fans, and making that connection was what I was after. Because my manager in Staten Island. Not many people know this actually, but Homer Bush, he's with the Yankees before. He told me randomly one day when we were at the ballpark in Staten Island that the fans loved me. I don't know why he said it to me. There was a couple fans that had been to a couple games and they asked for me to come out and sign something for them. Autographs in Staten Island were not a big thing at all. A whole family of people, along with some others, to ask personally. I was like, okay, that feels better than me going 2 for 4 with a bomb. So I think it was once I made that realization that that was where the game was going for me, more so making an impact versus if I hit 400 in a weekend. Then I realized the switch over was going to be easier than I thought. And I went to my tryout and I had a blast. And I came here, preseason, everything else, and I realized this is where I'm supposed to be at. This is fun.
One thing my pastor said that really stuck with me is that the enemy is wanting us to believe our doubts and doubt our beliefs. But Jesus wants us to believe our beliefs and doubt our doubts. What inspires you to keep going when it feels hard to believe in yourself?
So I believe, first off, in my preparation, I know that every day, and this is for any baseball player out there or any athlete out there, if you show up to the field every day or wherever you're training at and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're carrying yourself the right way, you're being respectful to people, you're treating people the way that you would want to be treated, and you're doing well for your body, your mind, your soul. Whatever happens after that, that's up to God. It's not up to you how you're going to perform. All you can do is prepare yourself the right way. But once game time happens, certain things are not going to go your way. I mean, look at guys who are out there on the field and they hit 4 barrels in a game. They go 0 for 4 straight at people. And they don't have somebody else that gets sawed off 5 times and they just went 5 for 5. Does it feel fair? Not at all. But you know that you prepared the right way. And once you realize what you're out there for, the results and everything else really don't mean as much. And I think I finally realized that near the end of my college career and last season too, after I broke my hand during the year, I started to read more scripture and I realized that I just needed to give everything up and trust him that he was going to put me down the path that I was supposed to be on, whether that be good or bad. So I think it all comes in preparation.
Definitely. Because 2 weekends ago, I was hitting it straight. I went 1 for 4, but I hit it all barrels. And my mindset was to just stay positive, and that's what you got to do. And then it pays off another day. You go 4 for 4.
Exactly. You don't try to switch it up. You realize that you did your job. And I think this is something we learned my last 2 years in college that they harped on going to the batting side, not just faith included, but the batting side was we talked a lot about quality at bats. And there's so many things that qualify a quality at bat. And it turns it more into a team-based outcome versus a personalized outcome. Because the team-based outcome also helps your mental when you have those rough days, because you can look at the things that you did for your team and how you helped the team out versus, man, I went 0 for 4 or I went 1 for 4. Okay, you went 1 for 4, but second AB you got out, you moved a runner over. Third time, you had a super long at bat and helped get that pitcher out earlier. So I think that's a good way to look at it.
What do you think is the biggest challenge youth players face today? What things did you face as a player growing up that you learned from the most?
I think as this game develops more and kids are getting signed so early, I think that's being pushed so much. And I think people just aren't having as much fun playing anymore or not playing it for the right reasons, which is why I love what you guys are doing because it's trying to shift that mindset back. And I also think that people are getting too focused on just one sport. I played a couple sports growing up. I wish I played more. Nowadays, you hear so many coaches and people talking about how much of an athlete this kid is or how versatile he is. And I think a lot of that comes from playing multiple sports. And I believe that as you get older, you do have to start dedicating your time more so to the one that you want to try to go after. Play the game for fun. Play because you want to go hang out with your friends. And it's giving you a good opportunity to do that. You're being competitive. So I just think as we get more into this, I want to get drafted. I want to get signed. I messed up with that too. I think I started to focus so much on just, I need to get signed. I need to do this. I need this attribute to go up to here by this time next year. So I just think kids need to have more fun, dude. I think that the stress of everything needs to just go down a little bit because I was so bad about that. I stressed myself out all the time growing up, just trying to get to that next attribute or that next level. And I think I lost some joy of the game trying to go after those things.
Hmm. I do 3 sports. I do baseball, lacrosse, and I do karate.
What are you in karate?
I am a brown belt.
That's pretty good, right?
So in our school, there's 3 belts in each color. So it goes white, there's only 1 belt in white, and then yellow 3, there's 3 in green, 3 in blue, and then 3 in brown, which I'm on the first level of brown.
Okay.
And then there's red, and then there's black.
I wish I did martial arts growing up. I think it teaches you good discipline, but also just body control and your mental too. I think they're really good for kids. So I would definitely advise somebody else to do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, I played tennis growing up and I thought that was pretty cool. It actually helped out once I got back to baseball, just hand eye, some lateral movements, and dude, just gave me a break to get away from going and taking BP every single day. Just
Yeah.
something else to go and look forward to and just push all the baseball just aside.
Yeah.
I like it. Stick with it. That's good.
What's the biggest goal you're working on right now, either on or off the field?
I'd say a lot of the stuff that I have in the forefront is all off the field. On the field, I show up every day. I go through my drills, hitting wise. I go throw. I try to perfect or get closer to perfection on trick plays and getting more confidence with those. I think off the field is where all my goals right now are in that preparation, where every day I'm trying to get 3 good meals in, preferably me cooking them myself. And I'm trying to get 8 hours of sleep every night, just good, hard sleep. Trying to go out in the morning, get some sunlight, go for a little walk, read at least 20 pages a day. So there's little goals that are part of a routine that don't have anything to do with the game. And I think those are so important to have. So right now, everything is pretty much off the field for me, just kind of treating the body right and treating the mind right.
Yeah, I love reading, but my mom has to stop me. So she says, Bryson, book up, time for bed.
That's really good. I have to sit there and realize, Noah, get off your phone, go to bed. You've been doom scrolling on TikTok for an hour. So that's good.
How did you transition from playing middle infield to your current left field position, and which do you prefer?
So I'm serious. You guys got a lot of the stats. I was a shortstop in high school. I came into college, played second my first year. And then my sophomore year, halfway through, I transitioned over to short. And then I was there for the rest of my career. And I mean, I ended up being a top 25 shortstop or top 15. I forgot what it was. It's hearsay. But I did that my senior year. And then when I got to the draft league, they put me at third. Didn't like it. I'm not a fan of third base. And then when I got to Staten Island, I played second. And that was where I really did enjoy the position. It was slower. I felt like I had a lot more time. But I came here and I felt like I started to speed myself up a little bit more. I was always the fundamental infielder. I love just making the routine play, making it look good. And then I came here and I realized, I've got to be quicker. And I think in my brain, I started to speed myself up a little bit. And then I wanted to learn how to play outfield actually when I went to indie ball because we had some teammates who were outfielders and they were very good off defensively. So I was actually thinking about making that decision before I even came to Banana Ball. And in talking with our team and some of the recruiters coming in here, that was already in the conversation. So it wasn't like a mid-year thing of just, hey, you want to go out there. We had talked about it already, and I actually designed an outfield mitt before the 2024 tour. So I had it ready to go. I went to Vava. I said, dude, I want to go take some fly balls. Is that cool? And he said, dude, I would love that just because it gives us more depth. I loved being a utility guy growing up. I loved being that guy that, like a Hosley, where they could go to and say, we need a guy. Can you play here? I'm like, I got you. So it was tough at first, especially with the trick plays, because I was just trying to learn how to play the position. I was trying to learn routes. I was trying to do whatever I could just to feel comfortable out there. But I realized that it was coming to me pretty easily. And trick plays started to get a little better. And this year, I feel so much better on trick plays. I actually haven't had a lot of opportunities, but they feel pretty good. It wasn't that bad of a transition. I think it's way easier going from infield to outfield versus an outfielder trying to learn how to play the infield by far.
I also play middle infield mainly, but I also know how to play outfield, like, because if you get in the higher levels and say they already have a good shortstop, second base, and they need an
Mhm.
outfielder, you're able to play there. So,
Exactly. I mean, that's what happened when I went to indie ball is I showed up and the shortstop we had there, his name was Angel Aguilar, and he was good. And I'm man enough to say that I was not better than him at short. So I had to find a spot where I was going to get in there. And second base ended up being that position. Or I came here and A Cuff was really good, and I realized that I didn't enjoy the infield position as much in banana ball versus normal baseball. And I had way more fun going out and taking fly balls here and trying to do trick plays out there.
Banana Ball is about reaching past your limits and trying something new. Has there ever been a time when you messed up, but it ended up being a good lesson?
I messed up a lot in my life, baseball wise. There's been days I've had tougher times. I mean, I remember my senior year actually. I think that was when I started to realize trusting my preparation was really important for my mental because my fifth year, I started off very first weekend. We played against Eastern Michigan and I went 8 for 13. I just had a weekend and I got batter of the week for the Horizon League. And then we played Western Michigan back at NKU and I did terrible. I think I went, oh my gosh, I think it was 1 for 14 that weekend, maybe. And I think I got one bloop single. I got done with that weekend after being at the peak of the mountain the weekend before and then just crashed. So after that weekend, I was down in the dumps. I was like, dude, what did I do? Well, what's different from last weekend to this weekend? Nothing changed. And I realized it was all my mental because I think the first day of the series, I went 0 for 4. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not that guy. I was batter of the week. I'm up here right now. I don't play like that. And then once that weekend got done, I was like, dude, you're a moron. None of that was to do with your swing mechanics. You were just psyching yourself out because you put this expectation of your head after the very first weekend that, okay, this is the guy I am. This is the guy I'm going to be all year long. Newsflash, not going to happen that way. Never. You're going to have your ups and downs. And I think after that weekend, I realized just a gut check of trust who you are, trust in the off season you had and everything you've done, and it's all going to be fine. So I think
Mhm.
that was probably I would call it a mess up as much, but that was just a reality check after a poor weekend. And I think mental cues help a lot when it comes to hitting and just having something in your head going up to the plate that you think of and it just clears out your mind. So we did it. It was called our ABCs. And I think mine was breathe, suave, and see it. So it was just three things you think of where Everything else outside of that, you're not trying to guess pitches, you're not trying to do anything. You think in your head. So right before I get to the plate, I think of my first word where it's breathe, take a big deep breath. You walk up there, I get in the box. I want to feel suave. I want to feel which is smooth in Spanish. And I want to feel smooth. I want to feel loose because loose is fast. You never want to be tense because it's not going to get you anywhere. And then I want to see the ball. I want to watch it. I want to track it deep. And after that, whatever happens.
Well, Bryson is clearly a banana. I'm a loyal party animal.
You
How
are
do you
loyal. You're loyal for the boys.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel when you were rostered to the party animals? Would it be the team you would choose for yourself if you had a choice?
So once again, I really was impartial. All I knew going into the tryout was that I wanted to be on one of the full-time teams. So whether that be the bananas, whether that be the party animals, but I did voice that I want to go where I'm going to feel needed the most or where I'm going to make a bigger impact to the fan base, wherever that may be. And I felt as though my personality was going to fit in better with the party animals. So I didn't know until I got signed where I was going to end up. But I loved Vava. I loved his vibe. I loved the banana coaches too. And I had great conversations with all of them. But the way that everything ended out, I love where I'm at. I mean, I love all the guys in this organization. Everyone's out there to do a job and everyone's out there to give every person at the ballpark the best possible experience. But I think for my personality and just it brought up my look and everything else, it just fits better with the boys in black and pink. So I love where I'm at right now. But I was very impartial after my tryout of where I was going to end up. I knew I just wanted to be in the organization, wherever that may be.
And definitely go party animals.
Exactly.
What was the first tattoo you've ever got, and why did you get it?
So that was Joshua 1-9 on my chest. It is a cross and it has the verse over top of it. I got that back in 2019. I just got done with my freshman year fall and I wanted something. I knew I wanted a tattoo. I knew I liked them growing up. I liked how they looked. I liked, especially when they had meaning. It's artwork that you're carrying on your body, and it's an expression of who you are, what you believe in, how you feel. So I just knew that I wanted to get something, and I wanted my first tattoo to have meaning to it. And I was never very religious growing up, but my grandma was, and she had passed away a couple years back, and I wanted my first tattoo to be something that was for her or that she would like. So I, in that time, was also kind of figuring out my faith when I got to school. I had some good roommates who were going after their faith as well. And it just worked out. That was what I went with. And I'm super happy about it. Very happy that was my first one. I would probably say it's tied for my favorite because this other one is a turtle dove, and that also is for her too. So I think that one's tied with it. But I'd probably say it's my favorite, especially because it's my first one. It's my most memorable one. I love every tattoo that I have. I think they all should have significance and meaning to you, but I would say that's probably my favorite one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to get tattoos growing up?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
How do you stay positive and help your teammates feel motivated after a tough loss?
I think we just have to trust that stuff like that's going to happen. So we just got to trust that we're going to go out, play our game. We know that there were mistakes that we had made throughout the game that we could clean up. So we just can't let it get to us at all. I think that's a big positive about this team is we bounce back really well and we realize that there are some sucky moments in some of the games and things that happen that don't go our way and it's tough to swallow, but we know that as long as we stick with each other, play our game, everything's going to be good in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, I've said this to multiple people when I've talked about how we operate and all that, but we're sharing a locker room with all the guys, and those are our boys at the end of the day. So we're happy for guys that have success and that do well, even though it's against us. It's tough because we're competitive and nobody ever wants to lose. And we feel like, especially for the party animal fans and banana ball fans, that they deserve that win from us. But in the end, we're in a good spot, and I like where we're at.
With your social media and how open you guys are with your lives, fans get to see more into your lives than other athletes. Do you ever find it hard to balance what you guys share with the world and what you want to keep private?
Great question. Yes, because there are certain things that we want to keep to ourselves. Like for me, it's family or it's relationships or things on that end that I like to keep as my private personal life. That, I mean, fans find that out. And there are people that we meet throughout the season that are great, genuine people. And in conversation with them, that's where stuff starts to become shared as you learn about them, they learn about you. But social media wise, I just, there's certain things on that end that I like to keep private. Like I really don't post as much about my parents or past relationships or anything on that end because I feel like that's me. That's my personal life outside of here. And I like to keep that with me. But I want fans and people on my social media to know how I feel about certain things and gives them an insight into my thoughts about, for instance, health and fitness. It's something I love. And for people to see the side of me that is unmotivated at times and doesn't want to go do these workouts and go do these things because I'm feeling lazy. I think things like that are very important for them to see because it shows that everyone's human. Because for me, when I watch influencers or people on social media that play off this facade that they are perfect people, they eat perfect, they train perfect, they act perfect. No one's perfect. And the Lord knows that. So I think that I want people to realize that as much as I try to be perfect in how I operate every single day, I'm not that. And even after tough games, that I feel crappy. So there's an honesty that I want to portray throughout my content. And I also want my personality to come out. I'm a sarcastic guy. I like to joke around. That's how I have fun. So I try to make my content show that too. So people know that when they meet me in person and they're like, oh, so you're just sarcastic and this and that, but you don't seem that way on socials. I want people to get the social media side of me in real life too.
Time for a little segment we like to call Home Run or Strikeout. We're going to ask you a series of topics and you decide if they're a home run or strikeout.
Okay.
Pickleball.
Home run. I want to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Definitely me too.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
Anymore.
Yeah, I'm not into it, but we got a couple guys that pickle and I want to get more into it. I never played pickleball in my life, but we went to a place last year and they got these for us. So after that, I was like, I'm going to learn. Have I learned? No, but still a goal. Still a goal.
Yes.
Those are cool.
Pretty sick.
Socks with slides. Or for example, Crocs.
Home run. I do it. I do it on travel days because I don't want to have my bare feet out on the bus.
Choosing a single sport as a kid.
Strikeout.
Your roommates.
Home run.
Yep.
Good dudes. Very good dudes.
Youth banana ball tournament.
Home run.
Definitely, it was a blast last time, so.
Yeah, it was fun for us last time too. Just seeing the creativity and seeing as the day went on, kids come out of their shells was pretty cool.
This is one of my go-tos. Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, home run. I'm a huge mint chocolate fan. Huge.
I don't like chocolate chips.
This is what I'll stand by. You can overdo it on the chocolate chips. There has to be a good ratio between how many are in there.
I like when you get one bite, like one big bite, and then you get one chocolate chip in it. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I might argue for two in there, but I see your point.
Yeah, one or two.
Theme parks and thrill rides.
Oh, home run. Wasn't a home run when I was a kid, but as I got older, I think I was around 14, 15. I took one trip to Universal Studios And I don't know what happened in that day, but something clicked. And I realized that I was missing out on something my entire life.
I'm like obsessed with roller coasters, so
Bryce,
Yeah,
you like them or no?
I like them.
Like medium-sized coasters, or are you in for the bigger ones?
Medium size.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we went to Cedar Point in Ohio, and
we got him to go on Millennium Force.
yeah,
Okay, dude, I'm so glad that you guys know about Cedar Point because that was nostalgic for me growing up. And every time I would go, it'd be like years in between. I was able to go on more rides here and there because I got taller. And Millennium Force to this day, I don't know what else they added there, but that was always number one for me. Even like Top Thrill Dragster, I was like, okay, this is cool, but I'm literally just going up and down. There's nothing else except I'm just going up and going fast. And then I come back down. Good pick.
It was my favorite. I went on there.
I think there was one, it was a newer one. It was called like Gateway.
Yeah, I went on that one.
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I'm not as big of a fan of the ones where like my legs are dangling. I don't know why. Those ones freak me out. Just I like when my feet are on a platform. But yeah, I think that Gateway, the Gateway was a newer one, and that was probably one of the last times I'd ever gone was when I was a teenager, but it's a good time. Good time. Big home run.
Skateboarding.
Home run. I loved it. Did I for a whole year I probably went 5 times a week for at least a couple hours a day. I think that was really big for my balance growing up and just body control and everything. And it was just a good time. I met some really cool people there. And it was just something to do outside of baseball that I just wasn't thinking about anything else. So big home run. I enjoyed it. Got tougher as I got like older and bigger, but still loved it.
Before we end tonight, we want to give you an award based on what we love about you. We want to give you the Big Fish Award. Your ability to be the star of the show, making a splash and showcasing all your talents.
That's awesome, first off. And I'm humbled and honored to accept the award. So I appreciate you guys. This has been really fun actually. It's been great questions and I'm really impressed by what you guys have done here and you guys have a great outlook on life, a great outlook on the game and you're very wise for your age. So you guys should just continue what you're doing and I'm glad you guys invited me. Before we hop off, I've got 3 questions that I have prepared for you guys as well. The first one being, a man once said he went 35 days without sleeping. How's that possible? I'll give each of you a guess, and then I'll give up the answer. If you guys give up, just let me know, and I'll give it to you.
Riley, you go first.
I don't know, maybe he died.
Got morbid. Dang.
He drank milk.
No, but good answer. I enjoy a glass of milk. Dude, people thought that I was weird. And even the other day, I had just a glass of milk at night. And one of the guys was like, is that just a straight glass of milk? I'm like, yeah, that's the Midwest in me. That is the Midwest through and through. No. So a man can go 35 days without sleeping because he sleeps at night.
Oh.
That one's more, that's just, these all just feel dad jokish. I love them, but the moment that you hear the answer, you're like, dude, I knew that one. And these are all kind of along the same boat. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. What thrives when you feed it, but dies when you give it something to drink?
I've heard something like this before.
It's something to do with the outdoors or an activity that you do outdoors. I can't say it or else it's going to just give it away. But
Fire?
You said fire?
Fire.
Yes. 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 Good. I had to give some hints, but that's a good one. Third and final one that I got for you. This one's a longer one. What can run but never walks, has a mouth but never talks, and is often found between banks?
A riverbed.
Dude, I thought that one was going to be the hardest one. It's a river. Yeah. So I'll give that one to you. All right, I'm finding one more. I got my cheat sheet pulled up right now. Ooh, that's a good one. What's something that copies your looks but not your sounds?
Your twin.
Technically, I'm not going to give it's not I'm not going to give that one to you, but in a way you could think about it as your twin.
Okay.
So, something that copies your looks but not your sounds.
A mirror.
Yes.
Oh, me.
All right. You guys are smarter than a lot of the guys that I've asked these questions to. I'm being so serious. I've got a whole 7-minute video worth of clips that are edited up, and I'll have about 5 or 6 guys out of 25 that actually get this. So good for you guys. That was good.
I already know this, but say Coca-Cola without your lips touching.
I know this one. It's Coca Cola. I know that I did it before, and it was Coca Cola. And I knew the moment I said it that your lips don't touch when you say it normally. It's on me. I was naive, but I'm not getting got again. It's not happening.
And he went, Coca-Cola.
Exactly. And I did the same thing, and I looked like a moron. Moron. But good one. Use that on your friends because that one's funny.
Yeah.
Love it.
Before we sign off, what would be one thing you'd want to tell your 10-year-old self?
Have fun. Don't take life so serious because one day you're going to look back and realize that it wasn't that serious in the end.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you guys having me on. It was a good time. And like I said, I was impressed with your questions and I'm impressed with your guys' outlook on life. And just have fun with it. Keep going with it. Have fun in ball. Have fun in life. Don't take it too serious.
A huge thank you to Noah Fisher for coming on the show tonight. We appreciate you spending time with us.
This is Bryson.
And Riley.
See you guys. PA.
Thank you for joining us for this episode. And until next time.
Think about what kind of kid you want to be.